applications of wireless sensor networks. If we look different application of a wireless sensor networks, then how it can be used means based on theory only. Okay, no mathematics at all. So if we look the application of wireless sensor network in case of defense surveillances, then how it can be used. So wireless sensor network in defense sector is used to reduce human involvement and for automation of military applications. That is the basic objective of wireless sensor network for defense surveillance. There is huge potential for wireless sensor networks in the field of security and surveillance. In military application, modes are mainly used in border surveillance, tracking and classification of enemy activities. One of the important application of modes is motion detection using proximity sensors, which can be used to monitor landmines that are considered dangerous for human being to access. So, to detect the presence of landmine, we can take help of sensors. And with the help of wireless application, we can detect them easily. So, that is the use of wireless sensor application in case of defense surveillance. The combat drones that are also known as unmanned combat aerial vehicles, they are popular in attacking the enemy base with no onboard pilot, and real-time human control reduces the loss of human life. Suppose if we use a manned combat air vehicle, so there may be possibility that enemy may target the vehicle with missile, and the human loss may happen there. So to avoid that, unmanned combat aerial vehicle can be used. There is no human on board, so we can reduce the human loss here. So wireless sensor network applications can also be used in regular operations like homeland security, border patrol, property protection, etc. If we look at this diagram, so it is if we don't go into the technical details of that, then it is self-explanatory diagram. See, this region, this is what the military zone region, and here the enemy zone means enemy can enter in our territory. So this is the fencing. You can say the border. Different types of nodes are placed here. Okay, so actually, this is enemy zone. Border is area is there, but we deployed some sensors here. So these sensors may be the vibration sensor, the magnetic sensor. So if something happens here uh, due to vibrations, due to magnetic changes, we can guess what is happening there. And then with the help of that system, we can provide an alert to a control station to control the whatever happening there, to observe that, to control, to retaliate, whatever is there. So with this diagram, we can explain how wireless sensor network can be used in the defense, can effectively be used in the defense for different applications. So wireless, this is the most important application of wireless application in the defense surveillance. Another application in robotics. So this diagram shows the several types of robotic sensors. Correct. Chemical sensor may also act like robotic sensor, infrared sensor, camera sensor, acoustic vector sensor, sound sensor, microphones. Everything can be used. Okay. So there is advanced development in the robotics. Robots are equipped with multiple sensors that can solve different problem human faces every day. Means the problem that we face, it can easily be solved by a robot. So wireless sensor play an important role in these robots by gathering information, processing and providing output to the user. RoboMed, one of the kind of robot developed by USC Center for Robotics and Embedded System to promote research in large-scale sensor networks. The example of robotic sensors are microphones, ultrasound sensors, acoustic vector sensor, camera sensor, infrared sensor, chemical sensor. Each of these sensors have individual functionality that perform various operations, also can easily be integrated with other devices. So these sensors are easy to produce and cost efficient. They can be programmed to perform certain actions with particular time frame that help people to easily trace different action and situation. So with the help of these sensors, we can perform a complex task as well that human being faces in daily life. So in robotics, these sensors are definitely helpful. Then these wireless sensors can be used in monitoring environment. The recent the applications. So environment monitoring is one of the obvious application of wireless sensor network. For example, to monitor the air, then water monitoring. Okay, so everything can be done with the help of wireless sensor network. A good example for air monitoring is using air quality sensor for measuring the level of air pollution in major cities to let the people know the level of pollution and take proper measures to control air pollution. Nowadays, in your phones, I hope if you download some application, then you can get the air quality index of a particular city. So with the help of air quality monitoring sensors, we can monitor. So in fact, the oxygen level we can read. The other levels present in the air we can read with the help of different sensors. Then water monitoring to monitor the quality of water. So different government agencies are involved in monitoring the national waters to determine the water quality. Finding problems like water pollution control efforts, and responding to emergencies. So, if water is present in, let's say, some pond nearby a village or some town, uh, the animal, even sometimes where facilities are not there, the people may take water from that pond for drinking, etc. So it will be very dangerous if its quality is not good. To monitor the quality of this water, the wireless sensor may play an important role. Okay, the simple thing is uh, simply how we can determine the quality of water. One thing you might be aware about the TDS level. So in market, TDS sensor is available. Cheap TDS sensors are available. So just by tipping the electrodes of TDS sensor, you will get the TDS level. And according to WHO, if TDS value ranges from uh, more than 50 to let's say 600, then it may be safe for drinking. But it is not the only indicator for quality of water. TDS may be good, but other things may be there because TDS, the sensor cannot measure the presence of fluoride in the water. It cannot measure the silica content in the water. So, but I am taking just an example to get some value of TDS so that we could decide whether it is safe for drinking or not. Another sensor, the pH level indicator. We can use the pH level sensor to measure the pH level of water uh, to decide whether the water is neutral or it is alkaline or basic. Okay, so different types of sensors can be used for monitoring the quality of water. If I say drinking water, then a lot of sensors are required. Ocean water monitoring, cold chain monitoring, then avalanche, the rescue of avalanche victims. So to monitor the avalanches. Okay, so with the help of this type of sensors, we can uh, monitor the environment. with the help of wireless sensor networks. And then after monitoring, we can provide some data to the agency so that they can work accordingly. Wireless sensor application in research area related to space research. So let us focus on that particular area and how wireless sensor can be used in space research. Like a robotic rover that may explore that is exploring Mars to study the Martian atmosphere, surface, atmospheric pressure, humidity, ultraviolet radiation around the rover. So we will discuss about the rover environmental monitoring stations. So that is a wireless type of sensor network which may be used to study about particular type of space research. So I have shown in this the rover environmental monitoring station. It has two small booms on the rover mast, which will record horizontal and vertical component of wind speed to characterize airflow near the Martian surface from breezes, dust devils, and dust storms. As shown in this, the boom 1, boom 2, etc. So two booms are there on rover mast. A sensor inside rover's electronic box which will be exposed to atmosphere through a small opening, and it will measure changes in changes in pressure caused by different meteorological events such as dust devils, atmospheric tides, and cold and warm fronts. A small filter will shield the sensor against dust contamination. A suite of infrared sensors on one of the booms, for example, boom 1, will measure the intensity of infrared radiation emitted by the ground, which will provide an estimate of ground temperature. These data will provide the basis for computing ground temperature. And the sensors inside the boom 1, they will be used for that. A sensor on other boom 2 will track atmospheric humidity, and both booms will carry sensors for measuring air temperature. So this information shows how advanced the wireless sensor networks can be used to study the interplanetary atmospheres. These developments can make huge differences in space research and development of sustainable life on Earth. So, by using that type of sensor networks, wireless sensor network, we can do some research in space as well, where we can decide whether there is possibility of means barter survival of human being, we can say in nutshell. Uh, is there on any in any part of the space or not? So with this we can do it. So it is again a very interesting field where wireless sensor networks can be used.